Hello, good evening, greeting, and welcome to something a little different. I know we've been playing Morrowind these past couple of weeks, but we finished Morrowind. And I do have a poll out on what the next thing that we're going to be playing is. But in the meantime, this is something that my lovely partner Lamb has recommended, my girlfriend, for those who do not know. And I don't know a ton about it, besides the fact that it is a visual novel that has some Eldritch inspiration. And I know that there's an achievement for dating a monster at one point. There's one monster who you can date. I don't know who it is. But I'm curious. And so we're going to play this. It's called Scarlet Hollow. I do know that it's not finished. There is one, I think, like the second half of like the second to last chapter or something. So it's almost done. But we will enjoy of it what we can right now. Oh no, I meant to... Dang. I had something I meant to set up before I did this. Please. Twitch, please. Let me pin this chat. Why can I not pin this chat? For some reason, it will not let me pin that chat, so let me get that fixed. There we go. All right, cool. There we go. Now we got that set up. All right. So far, I already like the music. And the art is very interesting. Let's jump into it. Your name is? Well, my name is Deckard. You live in the city of... Ooh, okay. What's a good name for a city that would be in like an... I'm aware, I was gonna say I've read, I've not read a lot of Eldritch Horror, but I'm aware of some of the places where it takes place. Maybe something like... Maybe like Rainwood? No. Rainvale. There we go. Oh, I like that we can choose they, them as an option. That's interesting. Okay, so we are he, him. Confirm. All right, so we get to pick part of cartoonist turned game devs bundle. Raccoon City, Silent Hill, and then Rainville. All right, Riverdale. I forgot Riverdale was a thing. Also, hi Lambda. Hi. Hello. All right, let's see. So we have a couple of traits, and they unlock paths and dialogue options. All right, so powerful build is tough as nails, pinnacle of fitness, an imposing presence that commands the room, and a mean right hook. Mystical is strange and unusual. You see the threads of reality in ways others cannot. Talk to animals. You can talk to animals. Animals can talk to you. It's a gift and a curse. Okay. Street smart. Good at lying and hard to lie to. Fast talker. You can read people and read the room. No door can hold you. That seems pretty good. Keen eye. Observant with a knack for picking up small details. Empathetic. Book smart, well-read and rational, possess a wealth of esoteric knowledge and know when to use it. A talented researcher. Well, obviously we're going to pick that one. Hot. Extremely good looking, a natural flirt, probably just because, people just like you probably because you're a good person. All right. Falcon Paunch. It is really tempting to run book smart and powerful build. Because a build that you can do in Fallout is Nerd Rage, where you're a high intelligence build, and if you have high radiation, you just get huge boosts to your physical stats, which can be funny. Street smart sounds like Fallout coded. I agree. I do agree. Okay, so book smart and mystical, I'm leaning towards. I think book smart and mystical, or book smart and hot, because it's funny to have like the hot nerd. Mystical, though, I'm kind of curious what that ties into, because there's going to be like some use for knowing things I shouldn't know. This is knowing things that it's understandable to know, and then having some esoteric knowledge. This is, I'm aware of things that maybe I shouldn't know. I'm leaning towards this. I think this pair might be good. Yeah, let's do that. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again, and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Herland Scarlet. Your cousin's mother and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Mystical. But it was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept it. Something has been tugging you back to this place your entire life. There was no choice to be made because you are always going to find your way here, so when your cousin called, you knew what had to be done. Oh, hang on, let me move my... I need to move myself out of the text. There, that's better. Now I'm not covering the text. Alright. You don't need to know things. Look, knowing things is like my thing. That's like what I do. And now, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours ago of one-sided conversation. Or several hours of one-sided conversation ago. Something about his face is kind of eerie. Oh, don't lean back to talk. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Yeah, but I'm definitely the type to be like, wait, what? What did you just say? Wait, what? Yeah, you know, teen stuff. I don't know about that. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell to hover all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked, so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real. Jeez. You ever get so mad you want to, like, kill somebody? I'm gonna smile and pretend he didn't just say that. I knew you'd get me. We understand each other. Somebody trying to break your heart, that changes a person. Makes them want to do things they never thought they'd want to do. I honestly could have killed that woman. I see. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. So, hang on. Let me make sure I understand the conversation. You got mad at her 5 months ago when she was pregnant, and we're thinking about killing her, and now you're going to go see your unborn son? Oh. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Oh, I like that I can guide him to a therapist. Yeah, let's pick that option. Have you thought about seeing a therapist? Maybe it would help if you talked to someone about these feelings. Someone professional. Preferably not me. Nah, I don't need to do that kind of stuff. But strangers are the best therapists. I feel a lot better after talking to you. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? Oh no, I can't do basic math. Oh no. Oh, I have a mystical option. Well, we're gonna pick the mystical option when we can. Home, I think. I've never been, but I felt it like a call at the back of my mind for as long as I can remember. Some things can only be put off for so long. The young man anxiously shifts in his seat. For one perceptible moment, it's his turn to feel uncomfortable before he catches himself and heartily laughs. Oh, you must be talking about Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they like to call it in the mountains. That's the only other stop this bus turns around, so if you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed up that way. Almost nobody goes there. I'm usually alone on the bus by now, though, actually. I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see. There's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies get desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now, I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Diebot. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they're dripping all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Hip, sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Oh. Hi, Micah. Welcome in. Enjoy the lurk. We're playing a strange visual novel. You know what? I'm just gonna quietly take the peanuts. I don't know what they're gonna be used for, but we're gonna take them. I don't like that sound that they're making, though. Am I the only one that finds that sound really disturbing? Maybe it's because it's so, like, methodical. You take the peanuts. Thanks. You're welcome. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line. Almost there. So it arrives at 11 and leaves promptly. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk, though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Hey, Deckard. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. I don't know if I should offer her the peanuts. I don't think she's going to want them. She doesn't seem amused. You know what? Long-lost cousin, we don't know a lot about her. Let's just start with our condolences. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Yes, great. Thank you. Let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Title auctions labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Ooh, interesting. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? No, we're not gonna do that. She didn't seem too thrilled to talk about her mom, so I'm gonna say I can't believe we've never actually met before. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. You can feel the same careless cruelty in Tabitha's words that your mother would use when she talked about her land and the old Scarlets. The wound that tore your family apart runs deep enough that it bled through the generations. Ooh. Okay, so we have a couple of options. Let's see. I don't know what my mom did to piss off this side of the family, and I know you're going through a lot right now, but that comment was unnecessary. Okay, so we could address the comment was unnecessary. We can try and see if there's anything between us, or we can see if there's some kind of grudge, or haha, Dead Moms Club. No, I think the mystical option. You sound like my mother right now. She hated this side of the family so much. We don't have to become our parents. There are some things in life we get to choose. Oh, she did not seem to like that. And she chose to leave. So, the funeral. It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just need the coffin and somebody to dig the hole. Oh? How are you holding up? Fine. It isn't healthy to keep things bottled up. I'm not bottling anything. I'm just more emotionally mature than you. Okay, well, we're not gonna say Dead Moms Club. That seems in poor taste. She called you a baby. That's fine. I think even, especially now, the Dead Moms Club comment would be very out of place. So maybe we shouldn't say that one. Let's remain silent. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is. The Scarlet Estate, though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Oh, okay. Not lost on you, someone used to cramp apartments in gray cities. English, everybody. Car crash point of view without a car crash? Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. As you stare at it, perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive. Each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Ooh, that noise. I see lots of pictures with dogs in them. I like that. Oh, hello. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. Ooh, that noise. But only the hallways you need to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Let's talk about the architecture. The architecture here is breathtaking. It reminds me of the Biltmore estate. Color me marginally impressed. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Believe it or not, this estate actually predates the Biltmore by nearly 3 decades. It used to be the crown jewel of the region. But times change, and the attentions of the masses are ever so fickle. Shall we begin the tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. I can respect that. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explosions prevent you from taking others. Okay. I'm going to say, is there somewhere in town to buy food? I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Yeah, let's just be polite. Sweet, thanks. Go. Cool. Good talk. I'm gonna say it's nice. Or, yeah, let's say it's nice. It's a kitchen. Okay, we're not gonna, like, patronize her. Alright, so what's next? Bathroom. Follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Look at that cat. He looks so mad at me. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. So here's the thing. Me personally, I would try and pet the cat. However, I respect the cat's boundaries, and I cannot tell if the cat would want me to pet it, so I will not pet it. Leave the cat be. You decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights, it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must, if you must. It's a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Utterly disgusting. Who uses this bathroom? Guests. Are you sure the toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid. Therefore, the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. But it's so crusty. Oh. Oh, this would be awful. Okay. Sigh in resignation. Okay. That's the spirit. Lift the toilet seat. Oh, I hate it. No, we gotta use the bathroom. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing. This is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. I mean, I can't imagine it's significantly worse than some of the, like, bus station bathrooms. Especially given the description we had of some of the bus stations earlier. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. An unmistakable stain coats this room. Someone has died here. No, people have died here. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. Oh, ads are starting. Okay, we'll pause for ads. So far, I'm interested. It seems definitely an interesting game. I do like the art style a lot. All right. This is a good time. So I did pin it for anybody that's in the chat and not in ads. I did pin it, but I have a poll up right now for the next long series that we play. So, if at all you want to have some kind of impact on what we play, I have a couple of options. And depending upon how long this takes, this might be a one-part or two-part series. Oh, I could just open this book whenever. Well, kind of. I guess I can't really, like, interact with it. Oh, okay, we could just save the game whenever, too. That's very helpful. Good to know. I'm very curious what it is that she's actually wearing. Because it looks like it's a tailcoat or like a blazer of some kind. But I can't tell what she has on that's like underneath the blazer. If it's like a dress or like a shirt or something. Alright, I think the ads are over, or the ads should be ending shortly, so let's carry on. The closet's full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. It's a dress. Okay, fair. It is. Makes sense. Ooh, do we confront her about people have died here? The thing is, it would make sense, given how old the house is, that some people have died in here. I don't know if we should... Let's start with who used to sleep here. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. Yeah, let's ask her. People have died here, haven't they? Like I said, this house is almost 150 years old. Obviously, people have died here. I mean, it is better than what I'm used to, because allegedly I'm used to, like, apartment buildings, so... Yeah, this is great. Way nicer than what I'm used to. Can't say I'm surprised. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. No, IKEA bedrooms smell better than this. I guess I'll start to get settled then. I have antiques in Pocopia. Yeah, fair enough. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths. Some right away, others down the line. I'm gonna ask, yeah, let's ask about a library immediately. There wouldn't happen to be a library in the estate, would there? I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. There is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off limits. And the library's in the West Wing, which is extra off limits. You're better off heading into town. I'm pretty sure there's a library there. Okay. Yeah, I am curious. How do we address this? I think I'm going to be direct with her. You asked me to come here, but you're acting all pissed off that I actually came. What's going on? Okay, I'm sorry. I've been testy since you've gotten here. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. Alright. What kind of work do you do, actually? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. You know what? I'm gonna go with hashtag girl boss. That, like, several of the other options are good, Because, like, I do like the idea of maybe say, like, hey, maybe you have more reason to do something than just running a coal mine. Or, like, yeah, it's ethically and physically vile. However, consider, damn, I can't believe you're only in your 20s and you're already running a coal mine. Talk about hashtag girl boss. Don't patronize me. I know you have nothing to your name. Oh my god, that smile, though. That smile is terrifying. Any other inane questions before I leave? You know, I did get an achievement for that. I got an achievement for that that said, that damn smile. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves to the front door. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Goes straight to the Forbidden Wing. No. We can't see achievements on Twitch. Unfortunately, no. The way that I capture it, the only way I could do that is if I did, I think a window capture might do it. The problem is Twitch achievements, or Steam achievements are pop-ups, which means the only way for me to actually track achievements on this would be to either have the overlay visible somehow, or to track the entire screen. And I don't do the screen tracking so that I don't accidentally have stuff on screen that I don't want on screen. So, unfortunately, I can't show that. So yeah, I will mention if I get an achievement, and I'll say what it was. Okay, so we could do a PB&J. We could settle into our room. We could go straight to the Forbidden Wing. Might as well head to town. Well, the only food that I have on me is currently a sopping bag of boiled peanuts. So, first of all, let's make a save here. Let's go check out some peanuts. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only thing louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task, given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. Approach fruit. No. Let's search the pantry. Well, there's certainly a lot. I love that the peanut butter is Jif. I love that. That's really funny. Kraft macaroni and cheese. A bunch of bread with a dead rat. A bunch of moldy bread. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Examine the mac and cheese. Sure, we'll look at it. You pick up a box of mac and cheese. You can't say you've seen the brand before. Empty the box and stuff it with a dead mouse on the shelf. That would be so rude. No, just put it back. I think that's a mousey small. Yeah, little mouse on the thing. Staying away from the mac and cheese is one of your cousin's hard rules, and she already seems to not like you. Yeah, let's not fuck with it. You put the box back where you found it, reluctant to make things worse than they already are. Let's take some bread. You pick one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and the PB&J itself. Peanut butter. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. All you need now is some jelly, a plate, and a knife. Okay. Let's search the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware. Oddly enough, the utensils. Okay. Examine the mug. I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. What about that shot glass? I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Perlan, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you heard about your mom, Perlan wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Well, let's grab a plate and a butter knife. All you need now is some jelly. Alright, let's go to the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, Janie, stay out in all caps. Below it, in a separate handwriting, are the words, okie dokie. Okay. That is a lot of banana chocolate ice cream. Banana chocolate chunk ice cream. Okay, you open the fridge, you already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. So there's mayonnaise, butter, milk, carrots, some kind of leftovers, jelly, and then a ton of ice cream. Also, this ice cream is freezer burnt as fuck, if this is what your fridge looks like. Okay. Let's check the mayonnaise. You know you probably shouldn't, but a part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. You pick up the jar. Its label flaking in your hands. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. I refuse to believe that this jar of mayonnaise is 10 years old, because I don't think anyone in their right mind was using this type of sunglasses to advertise 10 years ago. I think that's more of a, like, maybe 5 years ago thing. And it would have been more than 10 years ago, because the mayonnaise would have been older than that. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. Horrifying, though. Best to put it back and forget you ever saw it. Yeah, let's not. Let's just grab the jelly. Reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen tab that it actually uses. This is the last ingredient you needed to make your PB&J. Time to close the fridge and get to work. Well, I do kind of want to know about the ice cream. Or not the ice cream, the takeout. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, what did you do that? Whoa, what were you expecting? The takeout container is disgusting, beyond words. A liquefied mess, wholly congealed in a styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. Ugh. It doesn't just smell bad, it smells ancient. Eat it? No, absolutely not. Put it back. Your body reacts before you even realize what you're doing, compelled by a deep primal disgust. You shove the container back in the fridge, pushing it into the depths of the shelves and out of your mind. Hopefully you can forget it exists and move on with your life. Instant death. Yeah, I assume that you die instantaneously. Your soul just leaves your body the moment it touches your mouth. I'm not gonna touch the ice cream, because I can see what it is and I don't really feel like I need to check it. So let's just close the fridge. You turn the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. I'm gonna approach Frou-Frou. The cat hisses as you draw near, but remains firmly in place. This is clearly Frou-Frou's spot on the counter. Well, you don't want to be a pet? I'm not gonna pet you. You back away from Frou-Frou, trying not to make any sudden movements. Let's make that PB&J. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you've successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. A job well done. Cooking by the book, follow the recipe. All of that hassle and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Let's go look at the gardens. I don't think we were explicitly told not to go to the gardens, right? This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. That'd be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Lazy Town Lil Wayne starts playing. Oh, so true. Do we dare? You know what? Make it safe. Why not? Let's explore the garden. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. Return to the kitchen. You head back inside and close the door behind you. Well, I think we're done here. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Let's go get settled. Now that you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey have started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. I don't know if I want to put my clothes in the dresser. I feel like this is the type of place where you don't unpack your stuff. You're only here for a week. Just take your stuff out of the suitcase. Okay. Let's look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Hello, Mr. Deckard. Hi, Pokatate, welcome in. We are playing Scarlet Hollow, which is a fun little visual novel. Well, fun, quote unquote. I'm sure that there are going to be things that are very unsettling in this, given the tone. But we're playing this per my girlfriend's recommendation, while we are figuring out what the next game we're going to play in our series of games. We saw bugs. We did see some bugs. We also saw some mold that definitely would have killed us. This looks nothing like Elder Scrolls 6. You are unfortunately correct. I do not have Elder Scrolls 6 yet. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, you definitely do that. Just not right now. Let's look at the painting. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago. That's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Maribel Scarlet the next time you see her. That is if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Okay, let's look in the closet. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I don't like that. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Welcome in, hey listen. Yeah, hi, we're playing Scarlet Hollow. We finished Morrowind last time, so if you want to catch the end of that, the VODs are up on the YouTube channel. But for now we're playing this while we figure out what we're playing next. Oh, nope, not touching that doll, leave it be. Absolutely not. Some things are best left untouched. You close the closet behind you. I don't like those kinds of dolls. I'm not a fan. Okay. I don't want to put my clothes in the dresser. I'm going to keep my clothes in the, suitcase. Should we take a nap? No, we were dozing off in the bus, so I don't think we need a nap yet. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here now. Do we go to the Forbidden Wing? Do we go to town or do we go to Forbidden Wing? I told you what's in the dresser, you know. I vaguely remember. Should I go do stuff with the dresser? Is that a thing that I should do? Because I did make a save, I could reload. Is it too late now? Don't reload? I can load the save. It's right here. And it's not that far back. Don't reload? Okay. Alright, fair, alright. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do right now. Okay, so the question is, do we go to the obviously forbidden wing of the estate, or do we go to town? Because if we go to town, we could go to a library in town, or we could get some groceries. Maybe. What do you guys think? This will probably get us killed, I think. I've somehow been convinced to download ESO again. I play ESO from time to time on PlayStation. I think it's fun. The thing is, I don't approach it as an MMO. I approach it as an Elder Scrolls game that I sometimes play with people. So, make of that what you will. Fine, let's go look at the Forbidden Wing. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the Forbidden Wing of the estate. You immediately try the nearest door, only to be impeded by locks and chains. Well, okay. Might as well head to town, then. With your cousin gone, there's nothing for you to really do here. You leave the estate and head out to explore the town. All that humming and hawing, and it ended up not even mattering. Urban Explorer. Explore every room of the estate before going to town in episode 1. Alright? If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop. Especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though, maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Let's keep going. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. Yeah, clearly this was a mining town, as there's areas that are boarded up, is, you know, probably steadily not producing as much coal. The Holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. Apparently they've overhauled or overhauling some of the systems. Ooh, I was unaware. Maybe I'll check something else with it. Anyway, this seems like a completely normal and not scary visual novel. Yeah, right? Everything seems totally normal so far. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder. Suddenly, you're peering into a grave. Oh! Hello. Gretchen, come back. Quit bothering strangers. Oh! I love her. Look at that dumb little bean. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. I want to pet the dog. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. Gladly. Her favorite food is Cheese Whiz. Her favorite toy is an old sock I sewed to look like a squirrel. Her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. Oh. Sometimes I leave it on in the background while I'm working to give her something to do. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it like an old lady with her programs. But where are my manners? Talking to you for this long without introducing myself, I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up here in the Holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. She's a little old lady baby. I love her. Oh, look at that. Look at that dumb stare. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? I did notice she blushed for a moment there. Offer her your boiled peanut. Oh. Oh, look at that baby. Okay, I have to know. Hey, you want some boiled peanuts? It's polite to offer food in new social situations. Oh, that's really kind of you to offer, but I couldn't take your food. You should hang on to those in case you get peckish. Anyways, I'm gonna go on a limb and say you're Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her all alone up in that big house. Yeah, I can't imagine Tabitha ever going for anything besides that. Ooh, I like this one. Especially with the achievement of getting that smile we got earlier. Yeah, I feel like whoever I met today isn't the real Tabitha. Just a mask she wears. I hope that's a metaphorical mask you're talking about. To tell you the truth, she's always been a little rough around the edges, but most people don't really catch on to that. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Are you two friends? I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was great ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. Oh, I love that for both of you. That's great. Oh. Good casting, good casting. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit by the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. No, of course we're gonna go. We have to spend more time with this dog. Also, she seems very sweet. Yeah, your treat? Hell yeah. Awesome. Let's go. Okay. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. This makes me want Waffle House. Like Waffle House or some diner food. I definitely, like, this vibe does say, like, man, I want something that I know isn't good for me, but I want it anyway. It might be some stuff you've already seen. I've been out of the loop. The Diamante ticket system has been replaced with something else. There are difficulty levels to the overlaying content, which were the two biggest things keeping me away from the game. Oh, fair enough. I think the ticket system I did know about, but the difficulty thing I did not, so that'd be kind of cool. Bottomless coffee, $1. Fancy City coffee, $2. Winnie's winning smile is free, though. Oh, so I clicked before I actually read anything, and I realized the sound wasn't on, and I had looked to chat, and I was like, man, it's really quiet, and then I looked back, and everyone is staring at me. Okay. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patron realizes that a stranger has entered the establishment. I'm gonna quietly slide into the nearest booth. Actually, no, I should introduce myself, because they're not gonna stop staring. Hey everyone, I'm Deckard. I'm just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a slideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little bit more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet any strangers as is, and with you who you're related to, let's just say it'll be talk of the town for a while. Hey Stella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box at any time. You better believe we're gonna hide the text box to see her enjoying her delicious plate of bacon. Look at this good girl. Look at that. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Chat's gonna be disabled for a moment. Look at that. We have to appreciate this baby. Oh. Good baby. Good baby. Alright. Anything for you. Oh, sorry. Anything for you. The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Oh, she does move around too. Oh, I love her. Oh, she ate it all. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat right now. We're looking at Gretchen enjoying her delicious bacon. Something Gretchen Wieners. Okay. We could offer them boiled peanuts. Isn't bacon bad for dogs? She's an old lady. Let her have the bacon if she wants the bacon. You know what? I'm gonna take a biscuit and a coffee. Could I have a biscuit and a coffee, please? I heard they're really good. Best in the county. Almost said country. I was about to say, I doubt that. Oh! Oh, she's giving me the look. I'm sorry, I don't have more bacon. I'm so sorry. Avery pours the fragrant brew in the empty cup mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Oh. Oh, I love that so much. Oh, Gretchen's such a good baby. Yeah, if you can't see it, look, Gretchen's like staring, like, oh, give me that coffee. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? Oh, I love that they did this on purpose. They want you to be doing this. That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. Out of bacon. It's so true. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Sunday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. Yeah, okay, so Gretchen's just gonna keep looking up at the bug. And there's the weekly potluck. That should be right at the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Okay, time to be the nerd. It's a shame the reading adventures for kids. I was excited for something to do with the library. Just because it's for kids doesn't mean it isn't fun. And Oscar's all about keeping things on theme. So this month it's a bunch of ghost stories. I think he's calling it Spooky Bookies. You know, like how a ghost would say it. Look, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of perfect. Yeah, oh my god, that's perfect. Cool, we should check it out this week. I would have said that wrong. I almost did. My brain read ahead a little bit, and then I was like, bookies? No, bookies. But that's really just an afternoon. Any idea what you want to do for the rest of the week? I would assume I'd be spending my time trying to help Tabitha, but with how quickly she ran off today, I'm not sure that's enough for a full schedule. How's the general selection at the library, actually? How's the selection of the library outside of the reading adventure stuff? It's great. I spend my time there a lot myself. In fact, I was working in the library most of the morning. I ran into you as I was leaving. Oscar does a great job stocking the place. Once he gets to know you, he'll compile these big lists of books he thinks you'll like, and he's always right. He might as well label the sections by townsperson. For me, it's a bunch of books on cryptids and weird supernatural stuff. He manages to track down some really rare sources. Calling it now, Oscar's a cryptid. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. When he says it's on the house, he sends her condolences. What, I look like a church kid? No, I was gonna say, thanks, it looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. A warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. I think I'm using my mystical knowledge for things that are not necessarily the most important. However, understanding a biscuit as the most divine buttery form of a biscuit does sound like a really good biscuit. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth, as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is the perfect biscuit. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Oh, okay. I like her even more now. All right, so we're vibing now. We're on the same page. You and everyone else. What? Why? Because I'm streaming. I'm a streamer. I have to like the other person who's a content creator. That's just the rule. That or I have to start beef with her. One of the two. I'm gonna say, wow, that's rad. I've never met a YouTuber before. I'd love to check out your channel at some point. Oh, thanks. It's nothing much. It pays the bills, but it's mostly a passion project, you know? She's selling herself short. Her stuff is amazing. She hunts cryptids. I think the best video to start with would be the river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known for a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in the river. Booksmart. The size and shape of the creature's body tells you it's likely a predator, and it's definitely not a wolf. You seem to recall that mountain lions used to live up here. Who's to say there aren't a few left? Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it would be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife shelter. I'm still not sure what it was, but I'm the one who saw it with my own 2 eyes. Wow, I don't know why that sentence messed with me so much. I don't want to step on her stuff of like whether or not it's a cryptid. I don't want to call her out on that. I don't believe in cryptids. You know what? That's an honest to God cryptid there. There's honest to goodness cryptid right there. No way that's a beaver or dog. And there's no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American colony of capybaras in Appalachia. But that would still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it? Yeah, until somebody catches a capybara up here, that would still count as a cryptid by most standards. My comment section went nuts for the footage, and from there it spread to Twitter pretty fast. What if you dilute your mysticism? It's a good point. There were polls for days, I even had experts weighing in. It was all a really cool experience. And I bet the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it'll roam the Cadalba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you wanted to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See y'all around. Now that the eclipse is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Ooh, I have multiple Booksmart options now. Okay, so let's go with this one. Yeah, let's say that I know Skunk Ape. Heck yeah, Skunk Ape is hilarious. I saw a docu-special on it once. Stinky Bigfoot. Haha, right? Should be a pretty fun video. It's hard to be serious when you're talking about something that's famous for smelling bad. Most Skunk Ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing. Oh, okay, so we have options. I don't have anything else going on. Are you actually asking me, a stranger following girl I just met in the woods unknown at night to chase after dangerous beasts? I'm gonna have to decline. No. We're definitely going along. Yeah, that depends. Will Gretchen be there? Of course. It's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more, I'm in. 100%, I'm sold. This is going to be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. I miss those two. Our videos were terrible. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika is to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his cave if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Belle pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. You want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind. Oh, Reese's Puffs, indeed. Oh man. I don't have the sound file to play it, but it's definitely in my brain right now. I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh, well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious, you'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. Yeah, that'd be nice. I think it'd be nice to meet him. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kinnick is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt tonight. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up to the mountains before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. You know what? I'm going to leave a tip. Because if I leave a generous tip, then that might be seen as me trying too hard. But if I'm the one to leave the tip, even though I didn't pay for the meal, that probably looks good. You reach in your pocket to pull out a single crumpled dollar bill and a quarter. Well, if I'd known it was going to be a dollar bill and a quarter, I'd have given more. As long as you don't get sick of peanut butter and jelly, your meals will be free while you're here. Share the wealth while you've got it, you think to yourself. I've only seen like 3 episodes at the moment. This feels very Twin Peaksy so far. There's definitely a vibe to it. And I do like it. You leave the money on the table and follow Stella out of the diner. Well, I guess I also don't know if like $1.25 is a large amount of money, relative speaking. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. I guess in retrospect, based on the prices, $1.25 is a pretty good tip because, like, the coffee was $1 if we just got regular coffee, which I assume we did, and then the biscuit I think was also $1. Tabitha's hyperfixating on the coal mines. Yeah. Oh, I hate how this house is like hanging off the side of this mountain. I'm assuming that the west wing must be the part that's hanging off the side, right? Okay, so you're in a new place far from civilization. The people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel a sense of foreboding. Maybe that's your house. I know. I know. I love the house design, but watching it like perched on the side of the mountain is very, it's giving big Lemony Snicket vibes. Oh, I just noticed Gretchen. Oh, Gretchen. Gretchen, why are you looking like that, girl? You feel an overwhelming sense of foreboding, which seems only natural considering where you are. Your instinct screams at you to leave, but at the same time you're curious to see what the night has in store for you. You decide to go with the flow and keep putting one foot in front of the other, to not dwell too much on this strange feeling. Oh, they drew a little butthole on her. Oh, I love her little cinnamon roll tail. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. God, I feel that. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Can we just talk about Gretchen? I would love to talk about Gretchen. She looks like she has a little, like a bow bud, or like a dumpling on her butt. Anybody else see that? I'm not gonna lie. The more I am playing this game, I kind of want to get an emote that's Gretchen's face. Just to have Gretchen's face to put in chat. because I think it'd be funny. Okay, so we don't have anything that's specific to our traits. I am curious if she hunts any things that aren't cryptids. Do you ever hunt any, like, ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck, though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. Well, so, if my experience with Phasmophobia is any indication, you need to find a way to piss the ghost off. And actually, a lot of ghosts hate when there are more people in there, and they really hate when you have a bunch of stuff on. So, like, turn on a bunch of, like, electrical things, and they don't like that. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. That's fair. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there, but if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Oh, I thought you meant on your body. Guess what you did. I'm sure that there's a ghost who does like you being naked. Like, I'm sure that that's a thing. Werewolves, I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility they exist, because if they really are out there, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. True. So let's hope all of that's just bunk, am I right? How do you feel about aliens? Don't even get me started. You see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. Ooh, okay, so we have a few options of, like, yeah, obvious they're real or skeptical, or clearly the government wants you to think that. I do want to go with the traits, though. Aliens exist, but I'm not sure they come to Earth. This is, so I will say, this is this is what I think, personally. I think that it is statistically unlikely that in the entire universe there is not something else that is consciously thinking. However, I think that the universe is far too large, and we are just a single blue marble. I don't think they've been to Earth. However, the mystical option I do like. We're not alone out here, but everything is cut from the same cloth. I think that's true. I think that we're all likely going to have the same experiences. You got to meet my friend, Kanika's mom. You two would get along. What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here besides cryptids? Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Have you ever had anything bad happen to these things? There was an Arthur episode that played at the junkyard that gave me nightmares. I vaguely remember that episode, and I didn't think of it at the time, but then, like, when I got older, I thought about it, and that terrified me. Because, like, as a kid, I think about, like, playing on, like, old, rusty kindergarten equipment or, like, playground equipment, and I'm just like, how did I not get really, really sick from playing on this stuff? Terrifying. Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine. And his leg only took a week or two to heal. Yummy lead paint. They add texture. They have a nice satisfying crunch. All in all, not too bad. Do not eat the lead paint. Don't do it, chat. So I guess there was that time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of Wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. So here's the thing. I love the idea of like caves and like rock formations and stuff like that. Stuff is cool. I do not ever, under any circumstances, want to go cave spelunking. Not once. Because it is terrifying how easy it is for you to slide into an area that you can't get out of. Or to get lost in a cave system. I want nothing to do with it. Turns out that the Wampus cats were actually skunks, who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. I can tell. She has a lot of love, but she'll be lucky if she has more than a handful of brain cells to her name. You know the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite? Yes, actually. There is a relatively easy way to remember. Stalactites are on the ceiling, while stalagmites are on the ground. Stalactites are spelled with a C, like ceiling, and stalagmites are on the ground, spelled with a G. That's how I remember it, anyway. So if you didn't know that, there you go. Now you have a way of remembering that. That's too hard. Fair enough. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense. But a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain, so it could have been worse. Actually, hang on, let me... this window. I went on a tour and they said, hold on tight. But if they hang on with all their might, you don't know. I see. It took an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense. Oh, wait, no, I already read that. Oh, and there was a time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shut off. Stalactites cling tightly to the ceiling. Stalagmites might be a column someday. Because stalactites are dripping onto them. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I get it. It took me a second because I wasn't quite sure. But yeah. But yeah, the stalactites being the ceiling and stalagmites being the ground was how I always remembered it. Because that was easier for me. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely count it. Okay, so I'm gonna get shot by Duke, aren't I? So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. Did you just say you almost got shot? Are you sure it's safe here? When you put it like that, I can see how you might be a little concerned. I really wouldn't worry about Duke, though. He might be a little jumpy, but he means well. And if it makes you feel any better, I've been out on the trails with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the woods when he walks. We'll hear him long before he sees us. And the wildlife isn't anything to be afraid of either. The worst I've seen up here is the occasional black bear, and even they scare easy. I'm trying to arrange my chats so I can see it easier. Sure, sometimes worrying can help you prepare for something, but we're as prepared as we can be. I even carry bear mace. Hey, bear mace works for me, because bear mace is going to be some pretty useful shit against most things that we would encounter. Once you're as prepared as you can be, why give into your anxiety when you can be having fun instead? I like your attitude. Anyway, all this to say, we're good. Don't worry. Did you hear that? Immediately. Oh, hi, Duke. Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old butt. Whew, sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of the darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now what the hell are you looking for out here? Skunk Ape? Sorry I asked. And who's this you suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick. You are. Is that? Yep. I see. Welcome to the Holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger, another opportunity for a salty introduction. Well, I'm gonna give him my peanuts. You hold out the slippery bag in front of Duke. It's grown quite fragrant since you first put it in your rucksack, like the scent of old beer. But you're pretty sure that it's what it's supposed to smell like. Boiled peanuts from your backpack. Nah, I'm all set, thank you. Now both of y'all head back into town, you hear? It's best you steer clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter, and won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wild folk. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You seen anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damn camera down. Oh, come on, dude. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did. But I'd have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of that. The way you tromp around the woods tonight yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. Something's been getting in my chickens. I've lost 3 this week, and I can't afford to lose many more than that. I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell it is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, dude, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course, you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s. Even those were iffy. Oh, I just realized we got an ad coming up. I actually need to, like, stand up and stretch a little bit, so we're gonna let this ad run, and we'll be right back here with Gretchen staring at us intently. Here, we'll just... There you go. You can enjoy Gretchen staring at us. Alright. I will be back after the ads, so I will be back momentarily. All right. Welcome back from the ads. Should I tell Lilac not to open the leftovers? Look, if he wants to open the leftovers, that's on him. After seeing all of the moldy bread, if he wants to open the leftovers, and like, he's probably gonna touch the mayonnaise first too. If he wants to open it, he has made his choice. Now the question is he gonna eat it? I think I touched the mayonnaise, but not that. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. It's kind of trypophobic. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, you can warn him about it if you want. I don't know how he feels about that specifically. I don't know how intense his is. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I'm carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. As Duke's words leave his mouth, an existential dread begins to pull at your chest. Something is waiting for you deeper in the woods. Whatever it is, the three of you are bound to meet it, and it will change you forever. I want to pick one of the mystical options. Do we go with the one that is clear that something is waiting for us, or do we allude to maybe it's not going to end so well? I'm leaning towards the first option. I think Duke is going to die, though. Guarantee he's going to die. Yeah, I'm going to go with the first one. There's something waiting for us deeper in the woods. Yeah, I know. I'm hunting it. What if it's not a mountain lion, though? What if it's... Oh, don't you get started again. If your daddy could hear you now, going on about ghouls and goblins, using what he taught you to run around these woods like some kind of paranormal investigator. Do you want this to be his legacy? And besides, you know my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty this week. We'll be gone days, and the chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it if I don't nip this in the bud tonight. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. And you know I have to put out a video by tomorrow evening. As Stella and Duke both root themselves in their stubborn insistence, the feeling from before gains form and clarity. Something fated has been locked in stone. Somebody here is going to die tonight. Can't stay for the stream, but hope you have fun with this. Oh, thanks for checking in. Either way, Fighting Fisher Cat. I appreciate it. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. Okay. It just said fate got locked in, though. I don't know if I can push on this anymore. Surprised they don't have a who's sponsoring you opinion. This paranormal investigation was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. You too can enjoy the growing sensation of Raid Shadow Legends, now with Mothman. We all need to get out of the woods right now. If we don't, someone is going to die tonight. Why even try to warn them? Fate is fate. There's no resisting it. You know this. Now what's that supposed to mean? You trying to threaten me? I don't know. It's just a weird feeling I get sometimes. A weird, bad feeling. It's never wrong. Are you trying to say you're psychic or something? Ask again later. Signs point to yes. No. I'm gonna say, no, it's not really psychic. It's a gut thing. I would call it psychic. I wouldn't rule out the possibility if I were you. Oh, hush, both of you. You're just trying to unsettle me, so I'll let you all go off in the woods to film your little video. Deckard, I think you freaked Duke out enough for one evening. Maybe we should leave the poor man to his wild goose chase. I'm not freaked out by your friend's theatrics. But if it gets you out of my hair, sure, I'm greatly disturbed. Now run along home and stay out of trouble. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on. I know a trail that'll get us around him. Oh, well, yes. Oh, Gretchen, I love you. Okay, well, I don't think we can really convince her out of this, and it seems like fate is pushing us this way, so I'm gonna say, you know what? Lead the way. Gretchen of 10,000 chins. So true. Yes. You don't have to worry about old Duke. He's never actually shot anyone. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Path in the woods. Go on an adventure with your new friend. Alright. This looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera. She hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Deckard, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Oh, confirmation, this is the year 2022, so in fact, $1.25 is not that much, but I guess for our tab it was a good tip. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern coast of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. Oh, I love that she calls her viewers Stellars. That's a cute touch. I can take the camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all this gorgeous scenery. I do love the sky. Duke may be gone, but that feeling in your gut still lingers. Something terrible awaits you. Something unavoidable. Though what exactly is wrong in these woods still eludes you. Sorry to deal with a bot. Let's see. Yeah, we're from the city, so I'm actually going to use the Booksmarts one here. The nature out here is incredible. I'm so used to only seeing pigeons and rats. I can't wait to whip out my copy of Guide to the Birds and Wildlife of Western North Carolina and go to town on some identifications. You might wind up being a little disappointed. I feel like it's been quiet around here the past week or so. I guess everyone is flying even more south in the winter. Or maybe they've been scared off. Maybe by a very bad smell. A bad smell attached to a mysterious ape. Ooh. It's a deer, and this noise means it's alerted the rest of its herd to a danger. That's a deer, isn't it? They kind of snort to warn the rest of the herd about predators. Could be. Let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals running in the woods, she searches for a flashlight. What? Oh, okay, you must have caught a bird. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone. That was like much more swollen than I would have expected the deer's face to be if it had something in its mouth. Geez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness whenever she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? Oh, no. Okay, so that was definitely something on its face. Was that some sort of cyst or something? It looked bad. Yeah, it didn't look too good. It's not like my lamb was going to get this taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing, but there's not much we can do about it. Yeah, I'm just curious. What? No, well, no. You want to bring Gretchen with because Gretchen's her companion. I don't want to question that. Yeah, well, that got my heart rate up. Time for the hunt. Same for me. How about we take a quick snack break to fuel up, and then we get right back into the night's activities. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Take the trail mix with extra M&Ms, take a snack bar, take the dried apricots, take the sesame sticks, or declined. No, definitely hungry. Let's see. Oh, I do like snack bars. Yeah, let's take a snack bar. Grab a snack bar. Excellent choice. A good source of energy and chocolate. Plus, I made them myself, and friendship is the best ingredient. It really complements the cherries and cashews. Oh, look at that baby. You and Sel settle down and overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time being. I took the snack bar too. Look, snack bar is king, okay? It's perfectly portable, and it has a variety of flavors, sweet and salty. Ah, love it. So, tell me what it's like in Rainvale. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with a roommate, family, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Deckard. Definitely not any lab accidents. There's definitely no incidents. And our research is totally normal, and you should not worry at all. There's nothing at all to be concerned about. Oh, apparently one of those buttons is a skip button. Okay, so I duly noted I should not be changing my pose, because my pose, apparently, my hotkeys for that are skip buttons. Why do you want to know? No, I feel like it's natural for her to ask. I live in a doorless basement that floods when it rains. I live alone in a dingy studio apartment is very fitting. It's a mixed bag. At first, it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in a closet alone. No one can come let me out because I chose this for myself, and as far as they know, I'm happy there. Do you want to know something? Sure. The lights flicker. The toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, and it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plan. You know, they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room. If you pick the difficult roommate, you can reveal it as a cat. Oh, that is funny. I do like that. When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe it's just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place, or maybe finding a roommate? There's got to be something better out there for you. I mean, yeah, I've thought about finding roommates. I thought about finding a place with roommates, but I haven't really landed on anything yet. Maybe I'll look into it when I get back. Oh yeah? What do you do for a living? I build programmatic ads for a company no one's ever heard of. I'm in the service industry. I'd rather not say. I'm a teacher. I'm a student. I do like I'm a streamer as an option. I'm a first-year associate at a big law firm. I'm gonna say I'm a streamer. Yeah. I don't want to allude to what my real job is, so yeah, I'm a streamer. I'm actually a streamer. Oh, no way, a fellow content creator. Got a lot in common. What are the odds? What sort of streams do you do? Well, I play video games. This is gonna get meta really fast. I mostly stream video games. That's cool. I'll have to check out your channel sometime this week. How do you like it? I used to like it, but now I don't know. No, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I enjoy interacting with people. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows when I tell them what I do, but I love it. It might not be much, but it makes me feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I'd give up what I do for anything. What about for a snack bar? A crisp breeze passes over you. Oh, I like how the Z looks in this font. I do like that. What about you? What's your story? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside of town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house. He must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Do you live alone? Yeah, the place used to belong to my parents, but they're not around anymore, and the Holler's a small enough place that other folks don't need roommates. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay, you didn't know. And I've done my morning. You don't need to watch your tongue around me or anything. Life goes on. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club. No, we're not gonna say that. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Aw, thanks. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up? Oh, this is getting hard. I would say terribly. Yeah, I'd be distraught. It wasn't a quick death. It took years, to the point there was almost a relief when it finally happened. But then it sank in that she was really gone, that I was utterly alone. And then the hospital bills started to come in, so yeah, I'm not taking it well. I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. Showtime. Oh, I don't like that. Whatever lurks behind the tree line is something best left unseen, but the events of this evening were already set in motion long before you stepped foot in Scarlet Hollow. There's no turning back now. Okay. There's no turning back now. That isn't Skunk Ape Stella. Whatever it is, it's far worse. Whatever it is, it's close. Hey, watch Gretchen for a moment while I check this out. Oh, is Stella gonna die? You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. As you approach, a series of weak clucks calls out from a nearby bush. This is what has been taking the chickens. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. I saw that hand. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either. So I think we can rule out Skunk Ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Maybe it's a doll. I would hate that. I guess... Ooh. No, we gotta go with her. Right behind you. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Oh. You fell. Oh no. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Oh, poor thing. Must have been one of Duke's. It's still alive. I have to roll the camera. Seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez. I hope I don't get demonetized for this one. Wait, do you hear that? Stella, I swear to God, why didn't I tell you to go on home? Birdie? Birdie, oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? Stella, you love speculating. It's your favorite. Duke, we just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. Jesus H. Christ. There's something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. No goddamn shit. It's like some kind of plague. Better not be contagious. Duke, we saw the thing that got a hold of her. We have video of it. Got it on camera. I don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? You know they ain't no such thing. Can we just show him the video? Can we literally just show him the video to show him the thing that we just saw? Okay, let's look at the chicken. Oh, ooh, ooh. Oh, there's something in that. You step down and look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen get too close. She'll try to take a bite of it if you don't stop her. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against her harness. Let's look at that wing. The wing is barely attached, but seems to be the least of the chicken's concerns. Whatever got a hold of her busted up her wing good, little bastard. Yeah, what a bastard. Look at the head. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsating beneath it. She could still get better. Maybe she just needs that thing to pop, and she'll be right as rain in a couple of days. Happened to me once. There's not so much as a scar these days. I don't know. It kind of looks like there's something in there. Yeah, I agree. It looks like something is in it. If you didn't know better, you could say this is some sort of parasitic growth, like a wasp laying eggs inside of a caterpillar. Having investigated your heart's content, you step back and give the bird space. Do you think she's an egg? Like one of those things is gonna pop out of her? No, I refuse to entertain that notion. She ain't some kind of incubator. She just needs that thing drained. Maybe some antibiotics, that's all. Which came first? Well, I suppose this is confirmation that the chicken did come before the egg. It's just the chicken became the egg. Like some sort of weird, Ouroboros. Let's see. Like, what are we supposed to do, man? I'm freaking out here. No, we're not Shaggy here. But the chicken was an egg. Duke, I don't think it's a mountain lion that's been getting at your chickens. Yeah, no shit. In all my years, I've never seen anything like this. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you. Gently at first, barely a whisper. But then a guttural moan. And then another. And another. Until suddenly, you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. So whatever they're saying, it's partially reversed. Because I can hear the, like, distortion effect from it being reversed. They're talking shit about your outfit. Hey, how dare you? I love my hat. I just pressed this coat. I think we should leave. Agreed. We've all had enough excitement. Come on, Birdie, let's get you home. You guys hearing this? She starts filming again. As Duke scoops up the injured birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded. The strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. Oh, I hate that thing. What in the hell is that? Feel a tightening in the leash pulling at you from behind. Don't you step another foot closer, or shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates. That thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. Leash is drawn fully taut, and then there's a sudden looseness. No! Gretchen! Gretchen starts making ungodly noises, screaming and howling along with the din around you. You and Stella turn just in time to see another creature slithering out from the bush. Gretchen whines and barks, reaching fever pitch as another creature's malformed hand grasps her. No, no, no. Oh my god. No, not Gretchen. What's going on over there? You glance back, everything seems to happen at once. A pattern of unnatural feet and then chaos. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way. As it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit, shit, get your grubby little hands off my bird! No, I'm sorry. I want to help you, Duke. You have a gun. We need to help Gretchen. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. Then there's the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it's gone. Duke? Oh, fuck. Poor trigger discipline, an unfortunate accident. Oh my god, what do we do? Okay, first things first, I grab Gretchen. There, step 1 is done. Gretchen is safe, great. Okay, step 2. What's step 2? Okay. Okay, deep breath, collect ourselves. Yeah, take a deep breath, collect ourselves. What do you mean? I'm totally acting calm and rational. Now, step 2 is that we chase after those things to get as much food as we can. It's the only way anyone will believe us about what happened. We owe it to Duke. Are you sure this is a good idea? Nope, but we're already in this deep. What's the harm in digging a little deeper? Okay. Do we follow her? Do we think that's a good idea? What do we do? I'm torn, because I think both options are good. Where's spam saves now, Mystic Man? I know, I know. Okay. All right. Well, I guess now we save here. Maybe we shouldn't do this, because we did just lose the only person who had a gun. Man's dead. Yeah, you're right. Let's head back and call the police. My phone should get reception once we're back at the main road. As you and Stella quickly make your way back through the woods, the unearthly whispers of creatures unknown once again surround you. Keep moving. You say nothing, continuing forward with grim determination. We're almost there. You and Stella reach the main road. The whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. Those are from the last season. I should get the reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. Feel a buzz in your pocket. Oh, apparently Tabitha's been trying to call me. Where are you? Where the hell did you go? 13 text messages. I'm gonna call her. You try and call her back, but it goes straight to voicemail. Text her that I'm okay. Your message sits unread. Tabitha seems worried. It's pretty late, isn't it? Pulls out her phone and dials. Hello? Earl? It's Stella Richmond. I'm up on the mountain on the Esgina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl. Who's gonna tell Bo? I guess now we wait. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk two officers, Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite being middle of the night. That's okay, I too wear my sunglasses at night. See, right there. Thing jumps out of the woods and the shotgun goes off. What in Sam Hill? What is that, some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. No, there were more than one of them. They chased us through the woods. Whatever they are, they're not human. And they killed Duke. Uh-huh. Now we're gonna have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But, okay. Let me just turn it off and save the battery. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I, please, call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you. And who are you exactly? That's Deckard. He came out into town today for the funeral. Oh, right, sure. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you'll kindly step into the vehicle, we can turn you safely to your home. If we have to ride back with you, we can just walk. This creature's left, we'll be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety. I don't like this Franklin guy. I'm already suspicious of him a lot. Stella sighs. Okay, thank you. You can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. Oh. Oh. Earl. Oh, look at the baby. Oh, man. Oh, look at that baby. The cops usher you and Stella back into the squad car. You're just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. I feel that. Yes. Hugby, we love you. Sheriff Hugby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, restrains wholly focused on Stella, a worried look stretched across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. Stella stares out the window, oddly quiet. Hey, Stella. You good? She doesn't respond. I'm gonna place a hand on her shoulder. You reach out and place your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly a touch, so you can feel some of her tension ease, and hear her let out a self-soothing sigh. I don't think Stella's okay back here, fellas. I'm gonna remain silent. You sit quietly, watching the trees pass by in the light of the headlights. Every now and then, you think you see a pale, anguished face staring at you before it slips back into the darkness. Soon, the rumble of gravel beneath the trees gives way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have this all sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. I pee freely. Deckard. Sure. You're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get in any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchy. And y'all have a good evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. Oh, and here you are, back in town, away from the woods with no one but Stella in sight. Return the slab. Return the slab. Or suffer my curse. Holy shit. I hope you don't mind me asking me, why on earth did you want to walk home? That's a fair question. I've just had bad experiences with the cars. I don't know how to drive them, and I don't like getting into them unless it's literally a question of life or death. Which I guess the night was. Sorry if I weirded you out. God, what a night. How are you holding up? How am I holding up? I mean, not great, but I'm more worried about you. I can't believe this implied that you're a suspect, even after we showed them all that footage. But it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. I was there. I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And it won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We got to find out more about those things. If we can get clearer footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have, and never came across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mom. The place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. Let's do it. Awesome. Let's go. I hope she's still awake. Dicker. I just heard... Oh. Okay, so I did hear a voice. You and Stella turned to see a shadow staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. You're finally where you're meant to be. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. Can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure's already gone. Disappeared into the shadows of the night. Sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who's this? Hi, Miss Forsyth. This is Deckard. Is it okay if we come in? You and Miss Forsyth briefly lock eyes. She's impenetrable, and you feel small, almost naked in her presence. And yet, you feel no threat, no malice. And then the moment passes, and you only see the woman before you. Of course, you're in luck. I just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my tiny little nook. Oh, I love her tea sorting cabinet. I went home. I do love her tea sorting cabinet. Look at this. Or maybe this isn't just tea. Maybe it's also like other herbs, but I love the idea that she just has this like filing cabinet of teas. Okay, so she's definitely a mystical sort. She has like crystals and like a crystal ball and a bunch of other things. It's nice to finally meet you. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. It's magic cards. I would love to get one of those library sorting things for my magic cards. Holy crap. The things I have now are fine, but they're cardboard. I would like... Eventually, I would love to have one of these big things, because this would be so cool. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler. And now poor Pearl-Ann is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. You want some boiled peanuts? You all know your bag of peanuts is a gift to Sybil. She offered you and Stella tea after all, and it's only polite to offer something in return. Oh my, thank you for your kind offer, dear, but I'm afraid it's far too late for me to have something so salty. Dewey Decimal, more like Do Me Decimal. Hey. Let's see. Who is that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to worry about him. You knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. How'd you know she'd died? Oh, Pearl-Ann was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of, bless her heart. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that. That seems rude. Real, Sybil is so real for that. I know, right? Just like, hey, I know your mom died, but here's some things that, you know, you might want to hear about. I would be all over that, of like, reminisce by learning about some of the things that my mom did in her childhood. All right, we need your help. I didn't realize how Iroh-coded Sybil is. She really is. Ah, yes. I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? Go on. Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh, my lord. Have you contacted the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. Here, I can show you. Ah, she slipped the memory card out of the camera because they wouldn't have known how a camera works, and so they wouldn't know that the memory card was necessary. Clever. I was about to just let the police hold on to this, at least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Smooth. The cops wouldn't know what to do with the footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now, we can examine the footage for ourselves. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits. Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger? And louder if you can. Oh, I hear the T. I'd need to plug the memory card into a computer. I can go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. That's hers. You better come with, Stellan. I'm sure she'll be more than willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Also, give me some of that tea. Wants to hear how you have no drip. I did nothing wrong. Oh, I love the vibe. I love the storytelling here, that the like whimsical, colorful ones are faded because they're old. And then like the dark, like gloomy ones are all the new ones. Kanika, come out here. We need your help. What, Mom? Oh, hey, Stola. And Gretchen, who's a good potato? Oh, Gretchen's a good potato. And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? No, I'm not going to give her the boiled peanuts. Okay, yes I am. You hold out your boiled peanuts. Generosity is the best way to make new friends. No. Tabitha's cousin. Oh, great. Sweetie, we were wondering if you could borrow your laptop. Still a friend have a video to show us. It's really important. Oh, okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out here. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is that? I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Deckard and I have no idea what to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? I'm fine. Really, I'm okay. I'm gonna remain silent. Poor Duke. Poor Bo. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Bo, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be in too much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. What happened in the woods, we weren't supposed to see any of that. You're not wrong. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Deckard with this tally-poke crap. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. She always said they never hurt people despite the grisly scene in the woods. But Duke is dead. Then if these are ditchlings, his death was an accident, or my grandmother was wrong, and she was rarely wrong. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. Jesus, Mom. Haven't they already been through enough? Do we really need the spooky window dressing? What if it's important window dressing? Oh, I know when I'm outnumbered. Oh, because we're book smart and mystical, we get something else. So I do think it was an accident. I think they're really creepy, but I don't think they intended to kill him. I think he had the gun and it slipped and shot himself. So I don't think they tried to kill him. We are going to do the book smart and the mystical option. It must be part of their life cycle. Maybe they feed on negative energy. Fusion. Take a menu option that requires 2 traits. Okay. I looked at that chicken up close, and it looked like some sort of parasitic growth. Oh, whoops. If these ditchlings congregate around doomed people and places, maybe it's like the negative energy is part of that life cycle. Like negativity feeds the embryos as well as flesh. Well, that's one theory. At least the flesh part sounds about right. They're either using the local wildlife as food or incubation. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I'd put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Decker get some rest. I ran him ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I can stay up. This is important. Okay, maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forums to see if anyone has any information on ditchlings. Is that what you called them? That's right. You go on home now and try and get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. Let me get some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanipa. I'll see you. Bye, Deckard. It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. Alright, let's call it a night. Mind walking me home? And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. I think I'm terrified of being alone tonight is a thing that we should admit. Thanks for the offer. I'm terrified of being alone tonight. Yeah, no kidding. Can't say I was looking forward to it myself. Slumber party. Oh, we ended the episode at Stella's. It doesn't take long for Stella to fix up the guest room for you. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart at the estate, it's far better cared for. Make yourself at home. You didn't have to do all this. You don't have to worry about that. I'm glad the guest room is finally getting some use. Who is that guy outside of Sybil's? I felt like I could barely breathe until he left. Wayne. I haven't really gotten to know the guy. I think he works in the mine. It might be worth looking into him. What do you make of all this? Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Those creatures are out there, and Duke is dead. I know that some of the things Sybil said were a little wild, but if she is right and they are an omen, maybe we can change things and stop whatever's brought them here before it happens. It couldn't hurt to poke around. I have the time. Agreed. I should probably try calling Tabitha again. Right. She'd probably like to know you're not dead. I did try to call her and she didn't answer, and then I tried to text her and she didn't respond. Get some rest. I'll see you in the morning. It rings for, you pull out your phone and call your cousin. It rings for a moment before she picks it up. Where the hell have you been? I texted you back as soon as I had reception. Did you? I didn't notice. Do you know anyone named Wayne? I employ over 100 people. I'm sure I know a Wayne. I met this girl in town and we hit it off. Yeah, sorry, I met this girl in town and we wound up really hitting it off. We went this night hike to find cryptids. Ah, so you met Stella then. Ah, that explains everything. And she's gotten you all worked up. I'm going to bed. I'll collect you tomorrow. From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments for now. You're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters. Make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. From behind closed doors, you can faintly hear the sounds of quiet sobs. Oh, all the eyes. So established in 1820, so that means that the Scarlet family has been here for 200 years. Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. What was that? Okay. The mine is definitely ominous. I think yours is different. Oh, from when you played through it? I'd be curious what's different. A bunch of locks. Okay, so whatever's in that room is like heavily locked down. Scarlet Hollow. Okay. This is the end of episode 1. Episode 2 awaits. Revenant's Bug. Finish. Okay, so we got achievements for finishing with both Mystic and Book Smarts, and we also finished episode 1. If you'd like to continue with your world state in episode 2, please save your game now. Okay, let's just save over this, because that one didn't matter. Continue. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? No, we just played it. You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You're still alive. For now, you're safe. Your gaze wanders across the unfamiliar room to the window, and the woods beyond, and the wall, and the wall. And you wonder if the monsters are lurking just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the comfort of your new friend's family home. You can't help but remember Duke slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. Note you can refresh yourself on the events of previous days by using the journal icon in the quick menu. Okay. So these are the core things that happened. We witnessed Duke die. We went cryptid hunting. We met Stella's friend and her mother and learned about ditchlings. We crashed at Stella's and we called Tabitha before falling asleep. A knock at the front door. Your warm thoughts are interrupted by a distinctly unhappy voice filtering through the house and past the closed door of your bedroom. Where the hell is Deckard? Oh, hey, Tabby. There's a fresh pot of coffee on the table if you want to come in. No, I'm just here to check in on my cousin. Let's make this quick. I have a lot on my plate today. You're barely decent. It might be mildly scandalous if people saw you like this. Finish getting dressed and calmly collect yourself. You calmly collect yourself while Tabitha fumes outside your door. Are you sure you don't want to visit for a bit? You don't have to run around being the big boss this week of all weeks. You should let yourself... I'm fine. Thanks. I feel like Tabitha was in mine because I went home. Oh, that's fair. Deckard, I know you're here. Where the hell are you hiding? Deckard isn't here right now. No, let's walk out to greet them. Now sufficiently prepared to greet other civilized humans, you open the door and join them in the living area. Oh, I like that shirt. I do like this shirt. Oh, oh, look. Oh, look at Gretchen in the background on her giant princess bed. What does this say? School for pets. School for pets for Gretchen. Oh. Oh, Gretchen is a cute schoolgirl. Canon princess. I love that so much. Gretchen excited Lucy wiggles her tail. Morning. How'd you sleep? What exactly did you get up to last night? We went up to the woods to film a video. No, not that part. The cops called this morning and told me all about that. They did? What'd they say? Did they find Duke? They didn't find a body, if that's what you're asking, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you. Don't worry, I told them you were an upstanding citizen. You should remember that kindness the next time you think about blowing me off to spend the whole night with a stranger. Don't be so hard on him. I asked him to crash here. And look, I don't care what the cops think, Tabby. There's something horrible out in those woods, and I don't think anyone in this room wanted Deckard walking up the mountain alone last night. Stella, would you mind giving me a moment alone with my cousin? And while you're at it, please stop calling me Tabby. We're not in high school anymore. I love standing up. That is a lie. Same. Let me be comfy. I wish to be comfy. Yeah, alright. Oh, fuck, ads. Okay, ads are starting soon or are already starting, so I'm gonna pause for that moment. We are not upstanding citizens. Alright. So far, the game is interesting. Those things are definitely unsettling. Not a fan. Ditchlings, they were called. Okay, here. So what we can do is we can just leave this so that it's text off, so we can just admire Gretchen in the background. I need to like make a zoomed in version of this window just so I can like pan it to Gretchen every time. Ditchlings look like they would go hawk to a... Oh, disgusting, but correct. So true. So they have a thing in their mouth that reminds me of Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Like, cause he has his like, his tail that can, absorb like biomatter. It's definitely like the same vibe. Gonna go check on the poll to see how the poll is doing for our next series. So far, Rogue Trader's doing pretty well, although Damon Hunters and Starfield are not that far behind. You're gonna play K-pop Demon Hunters? I love that game. Lamb, did I show you the K-pop Demon Hunters Grey Knights meme? I think I did, and I think you didn't like it. I'll show it to you later. Because I feel like either you'll find it hilarious or you'll be like offended that someone did a crossover of K-pop Demon Hunters and the Grey Knights. All right, we're back from the ads, so we're gonna continue with the plot. Yeah, all right. Isn't this Stella's house? Why are you bossing her around? Come on, Tabby. No berating guests in the Richmond household. Whatever. I don't really care if you're here for this. You've been in town for less than a day and my stress is already through the roof. I mean, I get it. Stella got you all worked up and you were too scared to walk home. Sure, whatever. That checks out. But I don't care if those woods are chock full of ghouls and ghosties. You had me worried sick. From now on, you're back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. Yeah, I'm gonna be mystical about this. I go where I'm supposed to go. Something told me that this is where I was supposed to be last night. Just text me, okay? I've spent more time than I'd have liked coming down here, and I have an incredibly busy day ahead of me. Hold up. I did text you. I texted you as soon as I could. I tried to call, like, I called you and texted you, and you didn't answer any of them. I expect to see you back at the estate tonight. Wait, Tabby, let me know if you're free sometime, okay? Have the size. You're relentless. We'll see, but don't get your hopes up. Hey, you good? Sorry about Tabby. She totally blindsided me. I don't think there was anything you could have done to stop her. Yeah, probably. How are you holding up? That was rough. Do you think Gretchen gets startled by her own farts? I guarantee Gretchen gets startled by her own farts. Guarantee. A sad touch that her parents' shoes are still there and they have cobwebs on them. Very sad. Well, I'm happy I stayed here. Me too. Anyway, sorry for that rude awakening. I've been up for a little while, but was hoping to let you get a little extra sleep. But you're up now. We've got a full day ahead of us if we're going to get to the bottom of this. Let's explore. How are you so chipper? You should be okay right now. I guess I'm just pretty good at compartmentalizing things. What happened out in the woods last night was horrific, but right now we have something important to focus on. I'll have time to process what happened to Duke when we get to the bottom of things. You shouldn't just bury your feelings like that. I mean, under normal circumstances, I would say that's correct. However, I don't know how you're supposed to realistically handle that. So I think maybe this is the healthy option in this case. Hard agree. I've been itching to get to the library. Awesome, because it's exactly where we're headed. It sounds like Kanika's already there too. Oh, let me set up a group chat. What's your number? You and Stella exchange numbers. Ah, smooth. Group chat. Hopefully we can find out more about ditch links from some older local books there. I've also got a couple of threads cooking on my cryptid forums, but who knows if that'll pan out. Anyway, daylight's burning, so let's roll out. Ah! Oh, to be a tiny dog in a bed 10 times your size. I know, right? Can I eat first? Don't worry about it. I packed all sorts of snacks for the day, and Oscar totally won't mind if we eat at the library. Let's go then. Works for me, let's roll. The walk to town was short. Stella's house is barely a stone's throw from what remains of Scarlet Hollow's once bustling main street. You shudder as you stare down the thoroughfare, both in the chill in the morning air and the all-too-present memories of everything you witnessed last night. You see that building labeled Town Hall? That's actually the library. Well, it's also the Town Hall, but that's just a small office upstairs nowadays. I guess town's not what it used to be. That and our mayor is really into going on walks. I think there's actually going to be a meet and greet later this week. Could be just the pick-me-up we need with everything else going on. Oh! Oh, look at that. Look at that fucking cinnamon roll. Oh. Oh, what a good baby. Maybe he'll actually take this whole ditchling thing seriously. Yeah, I'm gonna say sounds fun. I'd love to meet Bear. Sweet, you won't regret it. Oh, hey. Morning, Stella. Same to you, Deckard. Speak of the devil, we were just talking about you. Coming from Stella's, huh? Did y'all have a slumber party? Sorry, y'all, but I'm actually in a bit of a rush this morning, so I can't really stop to chat. It'll take me a bit to set up, so if you want to catch up with folks or grab something at the diner, you can meet me at the library when you're done. It's gonna take them a bit to set up, so yeah, sure, I'll see you in a bit. Cool, see you soon. Huh. She always has time to chat. Something happened last night? Oh, Stella and Deckard just got up to a bit of trouble, that's all. It's not my place to share. Well, it's your place to share, right? Ooh. Do we want to be truthful to Avery? Oh. Thank you for resubbing, Snacks. Oh, for 10 months, wow. And thank you for the lurk. Always happy to have some lurkers. But yeah, thank you so much for supporting the channel. It is always appreciated. Okay, so do we tell Avery the truth? Do we tell Avery? Avery seems really cool. I wouldn't up to you to run. So, I think it's rational to say I'm traumatized and not ready to talk about it yet. What happened last night was traumatizing. I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet. Okay, I get it. Sounds like you've been shaken up pretty bad. I'll tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour, so why don't you swing by the diner if you want to decompress? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Maybe it'll help calm me down a bit. I think you'll like today's mix. It's chaga and lemon balm. Should help ease your stress and tension. And if you feel like talking, I'll be all ears. Oh my god, are you gonna date Avery? I don't know. I do like Avery. I think they're cool. But no pressure. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Deckard. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. Don't tell Avery the truth about last night. Alright then, keep your secrets. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. We both know that there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play. I trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, and God bless. Stella said she has some time to kill before she finished setting up. I do kind of want to swing by the general store. I haven't gotten to go there yet. This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. Okay, so let's see what we have. Fresh pickles, hell yeah. Authentic rocks pulled from the Scarlet Mine. Local artists. A stuffed squirrel. Stuffed raven. A deer that has seen too much. Oh, there's a possum in the background. Hang on. Storage in general. Yeah. Hang on, I have to send that possum to, I have to send that possum to somebody real quick. There's my DM with Pepper. Pepper is streaming right now. Oh, perfect. Bruh. What? I'm sending it to Pepper. I think Pepper will appreciate the possum. Second morsel. 800 nuts. They were in the dresser. I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot they were in the dresser. The founders of the store. All right. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you or he sighs? I guess, yeah, Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips. I don't care. I'm paying for my chips. I insist. I'm not ringing you up. Take them or leave them. I'm good. Thanks. Have it your way. Do you know how to get to the mines? Maps are free. Take a map of the town. The mines are a couple of miles away, but now that you have the power to visit your cousin of your own free will. Ooh, okay. Well, I mean, they don't seem that interested in talking. Oh. Hi, Rix. Hi, Rix. Welcome in. All right. Sorry, you know I have to. Yeah, okay, fair. How are you doing tonight, Rix? Hi, I'm Deckard. I just got to town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. What's your name? Miles. What you doing on your phone? Games. You probably haven't heard of them. First of all, maybe I have. Is it perhaps Raid Shadow Legends? No? Flappy Bird. Oh god, if they had Flappy Bird. Oh, gimme. Can we just appreciate... Hang on. I have to turn off the UI for a sec. Can we appreciate the goofy little faces that the honey bottles have? Because these are clearly like the honey bear bottles. But like, look at this one's little face. So, okay. So I was looking around at some of the other stuff in here, and there's something I want to point out. So, there being Pepsi here. So normally, I would normally expect to see like Coke stuff, especially if you're in like the southern areas. But Pepsi, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Pepsi originated from North Carolina. So it's actually very fitting that they sell Pepsi even here. And for an old town, it would make sense because they would have been a town when Pepsi became a thing. So they would have been one of the first places to sell Pepsi at a general store. A little bit of soda history for you. Did you hear about the girl named Sierra Mist that sued Coke? I did, and that's why it's not called Sierra Mist anymore. It's amazing. Didn't they offer her something and she turned it down? And because, like, she wanted more and they were just like, ha, no. That's what it was. She tried to get more and lost. Alright, well, see you, Miles. Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Alright, bye. Visit the general store without stealing anything, just browsing. Well, apparently, they expected us to steal something, so I'm glad that we didn't. Let's check out the diner. The diner's a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Warn the patrons of the danger. Somehow I don't think that would go over well. Sure, let's talk to Avery. Get coffee with Avery. It's a coffee date. Okay. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before we can exchange words, when he sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. I think you've completely branched from me. Well, I'm glad to be providing a new experience for you. Heard you might need this, and don't worry about paying for it. The funeral has you worried plenty already, I bet. And the answer to 29 down is oink. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like a pig pen? You kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to fill the time. Maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Wendy leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. Crosswords are hard. Oh, I love crosswords! So, I know you said last night traumatized you, but if you need somebody to just quietly sit back and listen, well... What if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to listen. Try a sip of my tea. The man in the far back corner clears his throat as you bring the cup to your mouth. Don't mind Julius. I don't think he drinks anything other than coffee. Mystical, you take a gentle sip of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. Telling me impressed? A lot of folks take to chugga so quickly. You know what? They're gonna find out eventually anyway. Let's tell them about last night. Confident. Tell Avery the truth about last night. You share everything. Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow. That's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods. I've never heard of anything like that around here. I mean, I know I haven't been around that long, but I feel like that's the kind of thing people would talk about. How exciting. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going out to the woods to look for someone. Must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it, I figured it couldn't have been very serious, but... Bastard was probably out drinking with a shotgun again. Julius, didn't anybody ever teach you not to speak ill of the dead? Small town cops not known for doing their jobs? Sounds about right. They seemed weirdly suspicious of me even after showing them Stella's footage. I don't think you have to worry about what they think of you. The cops come in here most of the days, so I feel like I know them pretty well by now. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. It's not like much happens up here. Just a bar fight every now and then, or somebody cooking meth in the woods. But if they can't fix it right away just by arresting somebody, they lose interest pretty fast. They have coffee to drink and gossip to spread. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything. Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't expect you to be a transplant. Oh, wood meth. Delicious, delicious wood meth. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte something like 3 years ago now. Maybe a little more. I lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job. Who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folk grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. I get it. I felt out of place the whole time I've been here. It's not like it's terrible, right? But there's a feeling, like people are looking at you longer than they should. Kinda nosy assholes, if you ask me. Muttering came from the man in the back booth. He straightens his newspaper, hiding behind it as if pretending he hadn't just weighed in on your conversation. Well, here's the thing. You can't just say something like, town full of nosy assholes, if you are being nosy listening to someone else's conversation while reading a newspaper. Yeah, case in point. Says the guy who was just listening in on other people's conversations. Maybe you're one of those nosy assholes, huh, Julius? The man continues to hide behind his newspaper. Well, I don't think they're gonna leave, but I do think if they hear anything, leads would be helpful. Oh, definitely. You'll be the first to hear about it. My coffee's out. Oh no, and you've only had 5 cups today. How are you going to survive? Kidding. I'll just be a second, Julius. Well, looks like I better get back to it. Hope you're feeling a little better. Maybe the Chagas had a chance to start working its magic. Oh, but before I go, I'm throwing a party this weekend. Nothing fancy, just a little get-together. Avery grabs an Ackman, pulling on a pen and quickly scribbling something on thin paper before handing it to you. That's my place. Come by anytime after 6 on Saturday. It's almost Halloween. Didn't seem like anybody else was going to throw one, so I stepped up to the plate. Though if you didn't come prepared with a costume, don't worry. I'm sure I can convince the bouncer to let you in anyway. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly halfway before disappearing into the back. I've seen a few of them things up near my place, you know. Bullets do them just fine. The man hides behind his newspaper, clearly uninterested in saying anything else. So he did hear me talking about the thing, and so he has heard of them, and he has shot them. You leave the diner ready to continue your day. Are we just going to casually not talk to the guy who has clearly seen the thing that we're talking about? Well, we could visit her at the mines, but no, we need to go to the library. Julius. Yeah, I figure we should talk to Julius, because it seems like Julius fucking knows at least a little bit of what's going on. You enter the former town hall. Oh! Oh, look in the background at that baby. Look at that baby. Hang on. I have to save this. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves, meeting rooms, and offices long ago. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. What? Hold up. Hang on. Wait. Can we talk about this picture? What is going on back here? No, we can't talk about this picture. What is going on? Oh, hey, you made it. Josh, Stella, and pointed all the books before heading over to her table. No, settle in at her table. We don't have to be rude. Glad you found the place. Hey, you look tired. Snitch on Miles. No. We're not gonna snitch on Miles yet. Alright. You look hot. No, you. Oh, I thought this said Bacon for a second. Oh. I thought it was Bacon County. You can't just tell someone they look tired. Yeah, I'll say, admittedly, it was kind of hard to fall asleep last night. I can't say I got a wink myself. Yeah, same. Anyway, I guess we should get started. Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger. Your library is incredible. I can't imagine how much work you have to put in to maintain this sort of collection. Oh, thank you. Hey, Oscar. This is Deckard. You know, Tabby's cousin. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. Still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian, and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into any trouble out there. He has a bow tie. He does. He's not a cryptid. I don't know. I'm still not convinced. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. Oh, what's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. It's practically a magnet for young people. Even honor students aren't free from its call. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really talk with Rosalind when she gets home. I'm sure she's fine. You might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though. It's not as safe as it usually is around here. You find me a cryptid with a bow tie. I'll find you one. Is that so? He's right, there's some weird stuff going on out in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you heard of any creatures called ditchlings? They apparently showed up around places on the brink of disaster, and they look kind of like the Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta. Kanika's mom just told me about them last night, after we got some footage in the woods. Ditchlings. Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, his glasses did the anime thing. Dang. Worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that may befall a town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disaster region typically falls into. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back and gonna go grab some more, I'll be back and gonna go grab some more books. The mines. Yeah, my first thought is something terrible has happened in the mines. Guaranteed. There's always something terrible that happened in the mines. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. This behave? Clearly. Oh my god, wait. Lambda, did you see this? Have you seen what sticker is on her laptop? No. Oh, it's hidden behind me. Hang on. Would you like to make a contract? Are you sure? Hang on, I have something for this. Hang on, I have something for this, I swear. Oh, there it is. I had to find it. I couldn't remember what they were. There we go. Perfect. What's exotopic particles? That's a lore thing. I haven't gone into a lot of detail about it, but it is a thing that I study. To put it in the simplest terms, behave while I'm gone. You don't have to worry about her, Sully. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Yeah, everybody loves Gretchen. Oh, have a biscuit. Oh, look at this baby. Look at this baby. Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. Ooh. Do we... Yeah. Do you really not feel where all of this is going? The moment their whispers made their way to me, it's like everything started to click into place. A reckoning is coming for this town. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. Oh, I like that his phone case is like a notepad. I'm sure she's fine, really. Don't mind Deckard. He's been hanging out with Stella too much. Rosalina is a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Deckard, if you see a 13-year-old with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? You diluted your mysticism. Does that dilute your mysticism? What do you mean diluted your mysticism? Is it when I use it in situations where it's not as relevant? I don't understand what that means. If you believe in Stella, you lose credibility. I guess? But we have video footage. There's no need for credibility when we literally saw it. Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. It's hard to believe. I mean, yeah, that's true. It is hard to believe. Alright. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you out here to help. Got our snacks, got our books. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Okay, so obviously we'll start with Booksmart. Historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Just the thought of reading a book like this would probably put most people to sleep. But you've got a mystery to solve, and to solve it you need to know everything there is to know about this town. Alright, let's read about the Scarlet Estate. The Scarlet Estate, inarguably the most striking piece of architecture in Scarlet Hollow, and the more elaborate and elegant estate in the region, or the most elaborate and elegant estate in the region prior to the construction of the Biltmore in 1895. Andrew Jackson Scarlett chose the location to be atop a hill in Scarlet Hollow's geographic center so that it might be seen from the town below. It remains a constant reminder of the family who carved Scarlet Hollow from the wilderness and provided wealth and prosperity to its residents. Oh no, and I'm sleepy. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's read about the memorial. First used as a field hospital during the Civil War, it was named for Silas Scarlett's eldest son, who perished in the bloody conflict. It still stands at the end of what is now the residential district of Scarlet Hollow and has served the health of the community for over 100 years. In the late 1800s, as the town prospered from a coal boom, additions were built onto the house and it was transformed into a sanatorium, bringing in prestigious clientele from around the world. Oh no, it was a sanatorium. They believed the fresh mountain air would do them well, and Scarlet Hollow became a tourist destination for patients of all afflictions. The clinic still operates to this day as a doctor's office and stands as a building of cultural significance. This town has a creepy mine a creepy mansion on a cliffside, creepy woods, and a sanatorium that is now a doctor's office. Truly, this place is cursed. Let's read about the mines. The original mining facility is no longer standing, having been destroyed in the collapse of 1918. Oh no! Though the new facility, outfitted with all the cutting-edge technologies of the industry, is in itself a fine example of practical construction, the first iteration of the mining camp was a true product of its time. And what few photographs exist are an interesting peek back at a different era. One can still visit the site of the original coal mine, though all the remains are a few abandoned tunnels closed off to the public. Definitely going there at some point. The Tremaine Homestead. Situated on the edge of Scarlet Hollow's farmlands, the Tremaine Homestead was one of the earliest settlements in Scarlet Hollow, predating even the town's famous gold mines. And there's radiation. Oh boy! For many decades, the Tremaine family maintained the largest farm in Scarlet Hollow, but a break in the family led them to split the land in two, and the homestead along with it. Despite the many changes made to the two halves of the Tremaine Homestead in the subsequent decades, the original log structures are still visible and maintained to this day. They're undoubtedly the oldest buildings left standing in Scarlet Hollow. It's all under the world's biggest ladder. Wow. Scarlet Hollow First Baptist Church. One of the first buildings constructed by the Scarlet family, the Scarlet Hollow First Baptist Church still sits on its original foundation, though the building is reconstructed to accommodate the influx of citizens during the Scarlet Hollow coal boom of the late 1800s. Attendance has dwindled since the infamous mine collapse of 1918, and while the building may have fallen into disrepair, its simple vaulted ceilings still evoke awe to any who enter. What about the town hall? Silas Scarlet personally funded the town hall's construction as the first municipal building in the then small community of Scarlet Hollow. It has stood at the end of Main Street since before the Civil War, its white columned edifice withstanding the ravages of the 1860s, and continuing to stand to this day, a stunning piece of antebellum architecture. Get out of here, bot. After the town of Scarlet Hollow switched to a dog mayor system of... To a dog mayor system of governance in the 1920s, the building has been put to different use, but the upstairs still house the town archives and a special ceremonial office for events with the mayor. So the mayor of Scarlet Hollow is a dog. Okay, I understood that correctly. You close the book and put it back. Okay. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain of the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country, Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened the security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother, Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, had managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Yeah, a mine where we skirted coal labor laws and just let people recklessly mine. Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Silas Everest Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose to the ranks, in part due to his family's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. Read about some folk monsters. A few entries catch your eye. Oh, all because we're book smart. We get a bunch of them. Let's read about the Mothman. The Mothman is a large flying creature, generally described as humanoid, with glowing red eyes. It was first spotted by a couple in West Virginia in the mid-1960s, and was encountered in the region several more times in the following years. The Silver Bridge collapse of 1967 has been linked to a series of Mothman sightings, and it's said that the presence of the creature served as some sort of omen, or was a catalyst that led to the disaster. Ah, well, that would be very fitting if it is an omen, because she was wearing a Mothman shirt the night of the death. This has since become an important aspect of Mothman, with sightings of this cryptid often taken as a sign that some great misfortune is soon to follow. Yeah, she was wearing a Mothman shirt, and then bad stuff happened. The Jersey Devil, a wyvern-like creature that haunts the New Jersey Pine Barrens. Though the Pine Barrens, the place where this creature is said to have been born, are far from the Appalachian wilderness, sightings of the Jersey Devil have been documented all throughout the forests of eastern United States. According to popular legend, the Jersey Devil was born to a woman named Jane Leeds. Leeds, upon realizing she was pregnant with her 13th child and daunted by the task of giving birth yet again, cursed the child in her womb, proclaiming it would be the devil itself. Though born as a normal child, it quickly transformed, gaining a goat or horse's head, large bat wings, and a forked devil's tail. Kicking at the family and lashing out with its tail, it flew up the chimney out into the night, disappearing into the Pine Barrens. I see. The Jersey Devil is one of the oldest cryptids in North American history, with sightings spanning back through the 1800s all the way to the origin of the myth in the late 1700s. It's said to move with incredible speed and is recognizable by its high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. There's so many entries here. I do want to hear about them, though. Ginseng babies. Roots said to scream like infants if dug up under the full moon. Okay, so these are just their version of mandrakes. Yeah, these are just mandrakes. It's safe to say life was hard in the South after the Civil War. The land and its people had been ravaged by conflict. Many turned to unusual industries to get by. One such industry was that of ginseng diggers, or sang diggers, as they were colloquially known, who eked out a meager living for themselves by digging up and selling wild American ginseng. If you dug me up covers while there's a moon, I would scream too. Maybe just don't be a dick. Yeah, right? Like, they were just chilling and sleeping. It's fine. Myths surrounding sang diggers were plentiful, but most prominent among them was the ginseng baby. It was said that if you dug up a ginseng root at the night of the new moon, it will cry like an infant and leave blood in the earth when it's torn free. The parallels to European mandrake myths are clear, and it can be assumed this myth arose from cross-pollination from European immigrants. But perhaps on the night of the new moon, you should go out and dig up a ginseng root, see if it cries, and check the earth for its blood. Or it could be that the myth spread not through legends passed down through immigrant families, but from the unsettling experiences of the Appalachian foragers. I do think the immigrant option is definitely much more likely. The Bell Witch, a particularly violent haunting in Tennessee. Ooh, creepy. One of the most famous hauntings in North American history, the Bell Witch was a strange entity that plagued the citizens of the Red River region of Tennessee in the early 1800s. Many strange phenomena have been attributed to the witch through the years, but most famous was the haunting of the Bell family. It started as a fairly typical haunting, with unnatural sounds echoing through the house after sundown and the appearance of a strange mammal that no one could identify or capture. Unlike other hauntings, though, these acts quickly escalated to attacks on the family, and in particular the daughter, Elizabeth Bell. She was constantly covered in bruises from the spirit's abuse. The spirit could frequently be heard speaking through the walls. Its disembodied voice mocking the family and any visitors, and eventually it escalated to giving full-blown hallucinations to those dwelling in the Bell house. Capybara. Clearly this is just... Oh god, I yawned. Clearly this is just a capybara. Wow. Didn't realize I was already getting tired. Though this haunting ended in the early 1800s, its activity continued in the region for many decades. It could be that the entity, known as the Bell Witch, may still dwell in the Red River region to this day. Hopkinsville goblins, small silvery creatures that besieged a farm in Kentucky. Oh, creepy little devil. The Hopkinsville goblins case was a supposed close encounter with extraterrestrials in the 1950s near Hopkins, Kentucky. Oop, hang on. Got hiccups. All right. He's just a little guy. I mean, he is just a little goblin. During the incident, 5 adults and 7 children arrived at the local police station, claiming that a group of small chrome creatures had besieged their farmhouse for hours. When police arrived on the scene, they found bullet holes and spent shells, but little else in the way of evidence. Skeptics suggest the family had simply misidentified a group of great horned owls. Did you just will away hiccups? Maybe I did. That is, in fact, maybe what I just did. I don't like having hiccups. So they just go away. And we just do without them. When police arrived on the scene, they found bullet holes. Oh wait, no, I just read that. Even so, the incident remains one of the most thoroughly corroborated and documented cases of extraterrestrial contact. Okay, we'll read the other ones too. A large cat-like creature with a loud howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying out in pain. Is it true the human body naturally hiccups and there's a stop hiccup nerve? I do think it's natural that we hiccup, but I don't know about like a nerve for it. I heard a guy fell over and hit the stop hiccup nerve and now he has hiccups. Oh no, that sounds horrifying. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but soon was discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused to the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Turned into a Nekomimi, do just like cat girls. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Ah, I see. Instilling fear of tradition by saying you get turned into a cat girl. Somehow I think that's not necessarily a punishment these days. Tommy knockers. Tommy's what? Enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures primarily known for causing mischief. Oh, that's just Joe. He just doesn't like coming out. Tommy knockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. Stoop kid's afraid to leave his stoop. It's true. The miner is afraid to leave the mine. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of the mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They're traditionally thought to be impish leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they're spirits of the dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Okay, so Talipo is one that she mentioned, actually. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick and ran through its hidey hole out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shut off by the hunter's gun. Guess this'll have to do, he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scribbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot in the covers where he'd been. And in the gloom he saw 2 big yellow eyes staring at him. I want my Talipo, A high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. Go away, he screamed to the thing. But it stepped close to him, still shrouded in darkness. The sound of long claws dragging across hard wood accompanied by its movements. I won. My Tailipo, the creature growled again. I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching his throat with fear. There was no dog to be seen. I won my Tailipo! Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one's sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. Is it a Wendigo? I don't know. You close the book and put it back. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Lore Master, read every entry in all 4 books in the library. Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the Ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Oh, cat. Handsome black cat shows up. Oh no. Gretchen has thoughts. Or perhaps no thoughts. Almost on instinct, Stella slams her book shut. Oh, hey, Pixel. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any pages he can find. Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Pixel immediately goes to town on Stella's treats. Oh, look at it, baby. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. You know what? I can respect that. No, we don't need to be mean to Pixel. Let's leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Oh, look at that potato. Alright, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Okay. Let's start with the thing I was reading about. So let's talk about the historical buildings. Oh my god, you read that? That book was assigned as punishment if we misbehaved in school. It's an excellent sleep aid. NyQuil and melatonin have nothing on historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Rumor has it nobody has read it from cover to cover. You guys are missing out. That's one of my favorite books here. Such rich history. Yes, we're just kindred spirits, Deckard. Oh. What a compliment. Kindred spirits with the cool librarian. Let's see. So, when were you gonna tell me that the mayor is a dog? Darn, I was hoping it'd be a surprise. Scarlet Hollow hasn't had a human mayor since the 1920s. Yeah, if you're hoping the mayor might be able to help us out here, you're out of luck. So what happened to the estate? At some point, the hill it was built on started falling apart. I think it's pretty stable at this point, though. Is it? Stella, you've seen the place. And half of it is still mostly okay. Yeah, the Tremaine homestead seems like the only thing here that doesn't have my name on it. Yeah, I think they've been around these parts even longer than your family, though they're the Tremaines and the Callaways now. They literally split their farmhouse in half over that schism. Duke, rest his soul, was one of the last 2 Callaways left. I guess it's just down to Bo now. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. Even the hospital's named after my family. I know it's in the name, but calling it a hospital is generous. Right now, it's a one-woman medical clinic. If any serious emergencies happen these days, we gotta call an ambulance from out of town. That's where Reese's mom live. She's the town doctor, though these days she doesn't really see a lot of patients. Why don't people go to the church? We've just never really had a good pastor around these parts. I've been around, at least. And I'm not really much of a church person anyways. Who has the time? Reese and his puffs. The building gives off weird vibes, too. Not in the fun, haunted way. Let's talk about the coal mines. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. Crevice? Crevasse? What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last long. Not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. I'm sure Tabby runs the mine better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. History tends to be written by winners. Maybe there's more to Charles Shaw's story than these dusty old books let on. Normally, I'd be inclined to agree with you, but we're talking about an old-timey coal boss. I'd be shocked if he wasn't cutting corners. Deckard does make a fair point. Shaw was certainly a problematic figure, but there might be some other details lost to time. Oh, I think the ads are going to be starting soon as well. Alright, we'll pause for the ads. Fine, I can take the moment to stand up. And while we're doing that, I'll just go ahead and I'll just let this be on screen. Look at this. Look at this precious dumb baby. Not a single thought in her head. Okay, I will be right back while this break runs. All right, I think we are back from the ads. So, let's continue. Sure, but the guy was run out of town on a rail. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over on the far wall. Oh, I did see that. He got off easy, if you ask me. Okay, well, a union-busting mine collapsed from poor working conditions. Color me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what that sculpture out front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hall learns about the collapse of 1918. Our teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. You know, that could be what the Ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse. Writing down a list of potential disasters. Yeah, Stella, that's morbid. Besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you can get away with that kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? Nah, I don't think so. Whew, had me worried there for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. Well, maybe it's referring to the old mine, though. Because clearly there's a difference between the current mines and the old mines. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? He snuck up on us last night and called out to Deckard by name. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him. Maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne, and maybe Wayne's infected the local wildlife. That could work. What was that you were saying about nuclear incidents? You're talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. First of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch, which failed to trigger on the descent. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right, it's conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material is made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. Goldsboro is over 300 miles from here. I don't think we have to worry about that. Yeah, that's fair. It wouldn't make sense for Ditchlings to be here specifically if that was the case too. We also really shouldn't be looking too much into this whole disaster angle. Whatever those creatures are, they're biological. You never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I miss this. Okay. Any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew a team would be a handful, but I didn't think it would happen overnight. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on her usual haunts. Alright, let's talk a little bit about Silas Scarlet. It was a very revisionist biography. Really glosses over all the war crimes to paint a picture of a self-made man. It's a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Yep, dude was a monster. Sorry you're related to him. I mean, he seems like a terrible person, but I don't think he has to do with the bad omens or creatures in the woods. I agree. We're talking about ancient history here. Yeah, we probably have better leads. It never hurts to have historical context. What about the Appalachian folk monsters? We have a lot of them. Okay, so let's talk about the goblins. Hopkinsville goblins were silvery, small, and traveled in a pack. There's a lot of similarities to ditchlings there. Those are 100% confirmed aliens, though. Unless the Hopkinsville goblins were just a couple of owls some drunk farmer saw at 3 a.m. Oh. The Hopkinsville goblins were just a couple of owls some drunk farmer saw at 3 a.m. They're not aliens. Before you say it, no. Ditchlings aren't aliens either. It doesn't matter if either of them are aliens. What matters here are the similarities between them. Alright, I can respect that, but even if the Hopkinsville goblins were ditchlings, there's not a whole lot to go on there. That's a big if. It'd probably rule out the whole portent of doom thing. I'm already ruling that out. The Wampus cat sounds like they could be mountain lions. Wampus cat, yeah. Voice like a woman crying out somewhere between person size and cat size. Definitely. They are 100% mountain lions. You know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought we were supposed to be a skeptic. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Lions on my mountain? It's more likely than you think. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out. Now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. Oh. Maybe Wayne is a Tommy Knocker. Maybe he's the ghost of a dead miner. There's something seriously wrong with the guy, and we should definitely look into it, but I don't think he's a ghost. Yeah, ghosts tend to be tied to a specific place, though maybe he's haunting the whole town. He's not a ghost because ghosts aren't real. I've also seen him, like, touch stuff. The Bell Witch sounds terrifying. I agree. Yeah, no kidding. Thankfully, she isn't real. My mom used to tell me that Talipo story. I'd totally forgotten about it. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Talipo. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Talipo. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like living on the edge. Okay, what about the connection between the Mothman and the Ditchlings? Both of them are portents of doom. Mothman. Love that guy. There's a whole subgenre of cryptids that serve as bad omens, but the disaster angle is definitely a clear connection. Maybe Mothman is what happened when a ditchling is all grown up. But they're already reproducing. And they don't have wings, and they're pale and blobby. Huh, they have a certain caterpillar vibe, don't they? Why am I even engaging with you on this? Portents of doom aren't real. Why is the Jersey Devil even in this book? The Pine Barrens are specifically not in Appalachia. Because he's cool? The Jersey Devil's like the granddaddy of North American cryptids, and it's kinda close. Back when I was a kid, I always wanted one as a pet. I've never even heard of the ginseng babies. Oh yeah, that myth is pretty buried. The author managed to unearth it for this book. Get it? But seriously, whoever wrote this book definitely stretched things out so they could include some of their favorite stuff, like how the Jersey Devil is in it. Have you seen what ginseng roots look like, though? Creepy stuff. Creepy, but incapable of screaming. Yeah, that's one of those things even I don't buy into. Let's move on. Do you think there's a cult here? The cops are awfully suspicious, almost like they're trying to cover something up. It's really weird them being dismissive and trying to pin things on me. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not really sure. I'm not sure they really have it in them to be a part of a cult. Definitely. I don't think they're capable of putting in effort. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so the mines are an obvious thread. Between Wayne, the old collapse, and the fact that the whole town's practically built around them, they're the smartest place to start our investigation. They have no follow-through. Yeah, that's right. Good idea. There's an awful lot of mines-related stuff in my notes. We can poke around and find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you two are suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We're not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Neeks, we're just going to question some of the miners. And if that question gives a good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what's going wrong with Wayne while we're at it. All right, but we should probably try and stay under the radar. Well, no. It may be an opportunity for me to learn a little bit more about Tabitha. I don't think she's going to be super jazzed to see any of us snooping around the mines, let alone bothering her while she's trying to run the place. She does get a little grumpy when she's at work. She gets grumpier at work. I'm pretty sure pissed is that girl's baseline level of existence. Chatting over dinner might be a better way to get to know her. If you're okay eating boxed mac and cheese. We can sneak around the mines no problem. She won't even know we're there. Look at us going out on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss the dude. I can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? No, I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. Poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Deckard. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Yeah, let's do it. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you all posted. Spend some time in the library reading on Tuesday. Reading adventure. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Unlike several of the entries in historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow, this one still looks mostly like it did in the book. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies, too. Shh, not so loud. He's sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it'd be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us has had a chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Deckard would get along super well, too. Hi, I'm Deckard, Vivian's kid. I know who you are. The way she avoids looking at you as she speaks makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you're pretty sure you've done nothing at all. His mom turns back to the house, sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you too. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper, and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too. That would be great. I can bring a side dish, maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, you can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine, ginger ale preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. You might cheer him up. You know they have those therapy dogs in the hospital. No dogs. Thanks much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking in place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me feel nervous. She used to be so nice when we were kids. Always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without a van. Cool. I'll take my shortcut then. Shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along. Don't worry, I won't be offended you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. Do we confront her about it? I guess this is as good a chance as any to ask her. Yeah, what's up with you and cars? Mine's gotta be a ways off, right? Well, no. Okay. So, I'm not gonna push her on this, because I wonder if her parents died in a car crash. And so now she's, like, iffy on cars. Because I'm worried about prying too hard. Okay, we'll ask her. What's up with you in cars? Don't worry about it. There's a lot of junk in the back of my van. It gets a little tight with more than 2 people. I guess I can do another page. Let's see. Don't worry about it. There's a lot of junk in the back of my van. It gets a little tight with more than 2 people. Well, I think I should walk with Stella then. I don't want her to be alone out in the woods. Into the woods again. Walk with Stella to the mines. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but feel that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. The truth is that I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that it might have been my fault. If only I didn't drag you into the woods. If only I did anything when everything went sideways. Still pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling under my skin, but the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened. Like it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I'd have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. We're not gonna accuse her of that because, like, realistically, there's nothing that she could have done. No, it's definitely not your fault. Because even if we hadn't been there, he still would have gotten overwhelmed by the things. Of course it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. You and Gretchen have gone to those woods at night a dozen times by yourself and nothing has happened before. How could you have known? Thanks. I think I needed to hear that. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound. Whoa. Calm down, girl. Just a bird. Same probably goes for the 2 of us. I guess we're all a little on edge. Let's hurry to the mine. Shouldn't be much further. Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. Y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Nope. Oh! Oh. I have to save this. Look at this baby. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. Yeah, I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We could just do a group call. I take it I'm the one going in. Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends, and pretty much all the miners shop at the general store. I don't want to make folks uncomfortable, you know? It's probably for the best. I wonder if we should just go talk to our cousin. No, if we get caught, we'll just say we were looking for her. You're good, Kanika. I've got this. You'll do great. Kanika hands you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I miss doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, right? Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance of the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey, can you hear us? Try saying something. Loud and clear. Cool. Same goes for you. Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. Which is where we'll leave it for tonight. Normally we might try and push for an extra hour, but I am getting a little tired, so I think that it's a good time to call it on this one. So, but yeah, so far, it's very interesting. I'm definitely curious where it's going. Very creepy at the start. It sells the unsettling very well. Interesting that we only get a... I guess it makes sense. We only get a summary of, like, what the major decisions were for this day. Alright. Well, as we have not finished this, I think we'll continue this next week. Because we'll run this one. This will be a short series. Because the next, as the poll shows, the next games that I have on the list are all going to be games that are going to be long playthroughs. Probably not as long as Morrowind was, but like, even playing just like Chaos Gate Daemon Hunters is going to be like a 40-ish hour game minimum. So I think that we'll do like this small, short little series before we go to like one of our longer ones again. Whether you're hanging out in the chat or you are lurking or whatever, appreciate everybody for hanging and tuning into this. We will continue this on Tuesday. And if I'm making any adjustments to the schedule, just check Blue Sky. I will post if we do any different times or anything. But until then, thank you for joining me. Have a good evening. Have a good day. Have a good night. What's the scariest cryptid? I would have to research to answer that question, because there are cryptids that I don't know if they're scary or not. Maybe Mothman? Who knows? I'm sure they're scarier than Mothman. Anyway. Have a good evening. Have a good day. Have a good night.